How do? Time for Spider and Old Scooter again. This is the Ancient Findings edition. And not so ancient at that, but that's the title, Ancient Findings. What I've found is the great-grandfather, I think, of this, a headlamp. I believe it's a headlamp. It's not the great-great-grandfather, which was a carbide lamp, which ran off of acetylene. Scary. But anyway, I have an old one. I'm not sure what it is. There's no way to find a brand on it, but it's kind of cool. It has the strangest straps. But we're here to play Spider Solitaire between these incredible revelations like ancient headlamps. I've got another not-so-ancient thing, but it's amazing. It's amazing. Anyway, so let's commence playing Spider Solitaire. Spider Solitaire is operated by this artificial intelligence, who I call Spider Mac. She's never actually told me her name, but I get vibrations that she's satisfied with Spider Mac. Spider McGillicuddy being her whole and formal name. And instead of another weird angle on me, I have in here Mr. Brown Dwarf from last night's game. I'm pretty impressed with that graphic. I think it looks kind of cool down there. It sort of sets off this blood red with this kind of old orange red, as in orange, old. And those are clouds, and those clouds around that brown dwarf star, little bitty thing, relatively speaking, are iron, vapor, plasma, something. Really hot, but it's not as heavy as the stuff underneath it, so it floats around and makes clouds. Isn't that cool? So, anyway, we'll play at least one hand here, see how it goes. You put smaller numbers on the next up number. You play on the same colors if you can, and you can try things without spending any money. Some of the versions of Spider Solitaire, like you get on Microsoft, charge you for undoing. But not this one, which is one of the reasons I like it, and one of the reasons I'm more frustrated that I don't win more often. And that's because that darn artificial intelligence, Spider Mac, a single-purpose artificial intelligence, has all this flexibility. She can move cards back and forth. These are virtual inventories from the deal stack, or the dial stick, and play against you, and give you the cards you don't want, and keep you from scoring. Every once in a while she weakens, but mainly she beats me. But I don't play aggressively, according to some people. So, there you go. See if that's, well, that might be one. See, I block that 2 by using that ace. That's a gambling move, where you take a risk in hopes of increasing your gains. If I look at a little different shape tonight, it's because I trim my beard. And, beards shape the bottom edge of your face, bottom half of your face almost. Yeah, see? Blathering on and missing plays. For some reason, my finger on my touchpad is ineffectual. Sort of like, well, Trump's voice is ineffectual to me and to quite a lot of people. It's the way he talks and the way he does with his hands and all of his, but to some people, he's quite engaging and charismatic even. And it points up some sort of strange schism in the human soul. A lot of people thought Mussolini was extremely cool. And the rest of the world thought he looked like an idiot. And I think we have kind of, maybe not quite as Mussolini, but darn near. And sometimes right up there. Okay, I'm going to stop the game here for a minute. This is what was a candidate for my sock puppet. Has a hole in it. You put your hand up and you move it, but I I can't seem to puppet with it. And I was going to show you this thing I'm going to show you by putting it on sock puppet candidate's head. Easy for you to say. So it doesn't work. I tried. But anyway, this is, I'm a headlamp advocate. I think all of us old folks should wear headlamps when it's dark, or when it's even dusky, or early morning, when it's not really light. It keeps you from having to turn lights on and off every time you go across from room to room. It keeps you from falling on the dog's ball. It overcomes the fact that maybe in we oldies, night vision dims a bit. This is a modern one. This is a Petzl Tequina. You can look them up anyway. There's several brands. I'm not advocating brands. I got this one as a gift. And I have another one. I got 2 gifts from mother and daughter independently. Amazing. They know their man. But anyway, look at this guy. Looks like a camera, click, click. But it's incandescent. And let's see if you can see this. The incandescent bulb moves in and out. Took me a while to see what this was doing. And that changes you from a wide beam to a narrow beam. And it has a red button that is maybe that turns it on and off. I bet it does. It has no brand on it. I've looked carefully. The only thing it actually says on it is made in China. But if it's a headlamp, and it's sort of heavy, has a pad here, see, so go on your head, but probably weighs 4 times as much as this, has an incandescent lamp so it doesn't burn very long on the batteries. The batteries are in there, looks like they're maybe AA's, hard to see. I could take it apart sometime. Found it in my garage, covered with dust, as they say. But if it's a headlamp, it was made for a guy with an absolutely huge head. I mean, you would think it would go around like it goes around my knee. It's not a cute knee like this, and this thing comes over and it holds it on your head, but you have this much left after a knee, which is not that much smaller than the average head. Knee head. But isn't that amazing? I obviously had it. It was in my garage. I forgot about it. So I found it and brought it to show it to you, but I don't remember using it. Probably because it was so darn heavy. You know what I mean? Pop. So anyway, that's my ancient finding. I needed a theme for tonight. I found that while cleaning out my shop. Incompletely. Many more days of shop cleaning. But I found it. I thought, wow, I'm a headlamp guy. I wear them almost as soon as it gets semi-dark. Several people, among them my wife, think I look silly, but at least I'm not stumbling over stuff I didn't see. I can look under the counter and find what I'm looking for. Escaping red pen. Okay, let's get back to the game. I only played one deal, so I'm going to play the second deal now. Here it comes. Boop. On the wild assumption I hadn't missed any important moves. On the first deal. 3F4, should I do this? I should. One of the reasons I'll take that risk, one, I only blocked 2 cards and they weren't even in sequence. And 2, it frees up a card up here in the thin blue line. Gotta get these guys or you can't win. So that's a playable. Rendering that possible. Rendering. Boiling or burning off or boiling off or cooking off the fat. Rendering. Cooking something in water and then... How about that rendering? Probably has something to do with slaughtering too, which I refuse to discuss here while playing a pleasant game. I don't see any more moves. So I'm going to stop playing for a second. Do this. That's my stop playing sign. And do my little bitty political comment. When I was on last night, President Trump was in Phoenix holding a political rally, basically. You've read all about it, seen all about it, seen all kinds of commentary. I made commentary on it during the day, and in Breitbart and Washington Post and discus in various places. Put a couple of things on my blog. I mean, I was involved, but it's 24 hours later. Things move so fast now. 24 hours is a long time ago. So I was looking back on it. What was really significant? Well, first, it looks like President Trump will pardon Sheriff Joe Arpaio. As he continues this, he being Trump, continues this play to the base all the way. That's what the political rallies are about. And what he says when he's at a rally, that's what that's about, playing to his base. And Joe Arpaio is very popular with his base. And then he goes off and reads off teleprompter somewhere else. That's like he's going to save the Veterans Administration and so forth. But I thought saving Arpaio was one significant thing, or the imminent saving thereof. The other one was that this is not funny. This is deadly serious. But North Korea is making fun of Trump. That doesn't sound wise somehow. Just as pretty much everything he does, Fire and Fury, doesn't sound wise. There were these two unwise characters, both toting atomic weaponry. Not even concealed carry, man. It's open carry thermonuclear. But they're saying things like, I've got a couple of quotes here. He spouts rubbish, and he makes it hard for his assistants to cover up for him, cover it. And another one was, he does weird and ego-driven tweets. I mean, these are public statements from the government of North Korea. And that was just a few hours after he said, they're finally, they're starting to respect us. So, that's my full commentary on last night's do, and I'll leave it at that. And I'll be back after I play a few more deals. Blippity-blop. Here we are. I've played all the way through to the last deal. Nothing much has happened. I punched one hole. That is, I went all the way to the top. You know what that means. Always looking for a kickback. Haven't had one yet. I'll whistle and shout if I get one, so you'll know what I'm talking about. My time is severely limited, 15 minutes, then it stops, so if I'm going along and I run over occasionally and I'm yammering away and I freeze, that's the end of the thing, and I ran over, and I'm going to try not to tonight by going clear to the last card. Here we go. Boom. Boom. 6, 7, Queen, King, and a Jack for that one. 2 for the 3, 7, 6 here. I call this variously the hospice round and the hyper round sometimes because you have made a little progress. I just gave away $1. Made the one mistake I don't tolerate for myself, and is the one I just made. And I always sing on the hope that it will eventually cure me of that sloppy behavior. Are we running out? I think we are. But I'll keep chugging as long as there's a chug left to chug. So I did this and that. This would be taller. No, it wouldn't be taller. Would this be good? It really doesn't work out, no matter what I do. So, I have the option of doing nothing. See, one thing I've done is I've gone over 50 moves. You know what that means. You pay $1 a move up to making 50, and after that it's $10 a move. So now, $50 house margin, $50 plays, and 6 $10 plays. That's $160. I am now in the red, and there's little to no hope of pulling myself out of it. Maybe this would be a sensible thing to do, but my 3-2-1 over here is buried. If I uncover this, then I can't get to that, It's the conundrum. Are we out of time? 14:28. All right, I think I am through. So, I will wish upon you good cheer and positive outlook and luck, the blessings of fate, luck. Cheerio from Spider and Old Scooter.